What's up? What's the word? You know what I'm saying? Going under the rabbit hole and talking about the economy. Everybody got to get this. How they get this. So your boy from the crib, masked up news blogger, had to get his. I hope he looked like he just Z, because he don't look like he grew up with us doing shit like this. Uh,
Nice.
The Trenches blogger, man, was snitching for 25,000 on the old Blockians in the alleged murder of FBG Duck.
That's wild.
25,000 not even a lot of money.
Tell them, man.
It's really not.
There ain't no more discrepancies. I'm here.
I don't even
For
get
real
mad at
Compton,
the
man.
snitching.
You know,
What really pisses me off in
hey,
this situation
nice
is that
courtroom. They got some nice
he's
snacks
a black
downstairs.
disciple.
Ain't the average Italian beef
They
and
got this
Pepsi,
all in the
man. They got
article. So he is a
they got
BD,
fruit snacks. They got
and he
they
made
got
content.
gyros and shit like that. They hooking us up. You hear me? They hooking us up. And they gave us $100 gift card, man. Bath and Body Works. You know.
$100 gift card is crazy.
They're hooking us up is crazy. He's talking about they fed them Italian beats.
Bro, the nigga made a whole. My man's made a
I
whole.
thought this was fake at first.
It's the Chicago Sun-Times reported. They have his real name. They said a week or two after Duck was shot, he contacted the police and told them like how they. I went back and read the article. Remember when Duck was on the front page, and they say he had a bounty on him, the $100,000 bounty and shit. Like if you read that article, they were saying like yo, an informant reached out to the police and that has relations to the gang.
Damn.
Has told them what all the ins and outs. And then when this new article just came out, and it's like, okay, yeah, they know too much. Like to my he a BD from the he a Newtown black disciple. Like they know too much. Like
How is a hell of a drug? Because the fact that
that's
you can barely speak pure English and you up there trying to do a vlog in somebody's courthouse
Italian beef and Pepsi.
about you snitching,
Nuts.
said you to snitch, and you barely getting $2,000 a month off these people.
I hope he got witness protection. All that.
He ain't got no witness protection.
I
Y'all
know
see
he
I'm masked up. They still gonna catch you. They're gonna catch this man.
They know who it is. Absolutely.
That's insane. I'm really mad at the FBI, Chicago PD, whoever it is, the police. I'm really mad at them because why would y'all even allow him to do this?
Chicago's not a real place.
Chicago is very much so La La Land.
Yeah, that's why I have to move from this. it's
La La Land, because that's insane.
No, New York's not a real place. Not too much on Chicago, because it's New York that be having the wildest stuff going on.
No, gee, I ain't gonna lie. All that shit be wild.
Nah.
I've never seen a snitch. Like we talked all that shit about 6ix9ine.
New York, man, they
Man just did a
A
whole.
snitch that I have promoted himself, vlogging
Hey,
in the poorhouse.
why y'all not
Wow, G, you can't. No, G, nah, you can't.
man,
Explain, Cindy. I want you to explain.
Nah, I ain't got no explanation. I'm just trolling, bro.
He's slow. His mental is not there. Him and baby, y'all gotta catch these men that got these followers and this clout, this little clout. Y'all gotta catch them. Y'all need to stop letting them go do interviews on the blog and stuff. Y'all got shit.
The game up. I mean, but that whole I ain't gonna speak too much on it because I don't need nobody looking for me saying nothing, whatever. But like that whole operation was food. Like the car that they did it in, y'all posted in Parkway with like, come on now, like it was a lot just wrong with the situation. So if you ask me, they made it easy for folks to go sit down and do that. So
maybe they should have gave him a bath for y'all paying $25,000.
How you know if that man? Why you being?
He don't look like he getting no 25,000.
All I'm gonna say,
$25,000 ain't a lot of money. He probably didn't blew that. You know how fast people blow money when they think it's like $25,000 is not. Well, for somebody it might be. I'm not trying to be like classist.
For him, it looked like it
could be life changing money, but like it goes just as fast as it comes if you need like basic things like a car, a crib. Like, so it's like I don't expect to see you with too much.
But that's probably what the police thought when they offered him 25,000. He was like, I bet they probably like this is stupid because
they absolutely
I'm stupid.
They absolutely.
I ain't even gonna lie. If the bounty and God rest FBG Duck Soul, like he was cool people. You know what I'm saying? I hated his mom had to sit through this news. Like even I have to see this. It's just crazy.
Maybe Mama Duck gonna be the one to.
But seeing that the bounty on her son here was $100K. If you're gonna snitch, that's where you need to start. Minimum is at 100,000. My minimum, if I'm gonna
Okay. Because what's 25,000 gonna do?
Yeah, that's crazy. He went
that barely get you to Iowa for a couple months.
And you probably
trying to go to Florida, Cali, or something.
What he did. That's probably he probably declined the witness protection. He
After
probably thought this was gonna cloud him up.
After they lock all these sick freaks up for all this rapey shit, I think whatever black leaders that we got left, I want them to call a meeting, right? We need to call a meeting because, like, black people, we are down bad.
Black people always want to meet about something too, and don't find a solution at the.
Nah, we need to come here. We need to have a solution. We need to start. We need to do like the folks used to do back in the day. Start violating people, like, cause ain't nowhere in hell, like, yo, bro. I be looking at like TMZ and like these Hollywood reporters. These other like communities, they entertain.
It be minimal. It be entertaining.
It don't.
That's not entertaining to us.
But you know what? I don't know. It's somebody somewhere that did find that entertainment, and what scares me the most about that is it's likely like a young kid. It's another little boy coming up that's in the projects and somewhere that damn 25K. Cause you gotta think about it, when you in certain environments, you see kids commit crimes every day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like every day. So now he's promoting that you can get paid for this. You can eat good. I don't want to eat ramen tonight. Hell yeah, let's CPD get some. You feel me? Like I'm trying to go crazy. So it's like he's sending the wrong message. Like all the other things that come with making a decision like this is not what's being highlighted.
And I also feel like I also think about blogs like Chicago Wave and like Chicago Rap that actually not only report like or post about just music that's coming out of like the drill scene or whatever other communities we have in Chicago, but they also post about these people's lifestyles and what they do and like if they in beef or if they did or if they had like good accolades. Like I like the Chicago Wave, and I feel like that's going to hinder like the relationship between certain blogs and the artists.
I can see that.
It definitely is. I mean, but at the same time, it's like they go on there snitch on themselves. Y'all get this information themselves. Y'all don't sign media release agreements. Y'all don't do none of this. Like y'all don't have the business part of it ain't really down pat. Y'all just want to be famous. And he don't even really do interviews. He just literally the shit that he probably told the police is some shit that you and I probably already know. Mm-hmm. Because loose lips and ships. All these people that be in these streets, all you rappers that be thinking y'all doing shit. Everybody just rapper. All you do is that be doing shit in the streets, and y'all go tell all y'all homies, and y'all homies go tell one of their homies, and he tell the girl he's sleeping with, and she go tell all her homies. Like the shit gets around. You know what I'm saying? He just probably capitalized on it because he has a whole page, just like all the rest of these streets do. They have whole pages and YouTube channels of them talking about what went down in the streets. What do you think? Where do you think they get that information from? Do they making it up? Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man. So, y'all, this is gonna be on the other hand, the shit goofy to me, but on the other hand, the citizen of me, the moral stand up citizen of me, I champion it.
I don't have no answer really. I don't know how.
I champion the shit because we got to get. I'm like, yo, at what point in time is we just gonna get tired of this shit, bro? Like, I'm tired of seeing people kill each other being glorified. I don't care who making the bread off of it.
I think if he would have came out just as an informant and not did like the whole blog and like trying to glorify it, I probably would have felt cool about him being a snitch. But him, it really just gave, I know I'm about to come up off of this. And that's what I can't respect.
But that's what they do anyway. Everybody that has these YouTube channels, from Adam22 to everybody that does this, they're coming up off this content.
And I don't know it works for them because they're not making it plain and obvious to the average viewer that they're coming up off. I don't know why I'm tongue tied today. Up off of it. It's not like that's like marketing 101. Like you sell that shit, but you don't make it obvious that you're selling a product. You know what I mean? So it's like he kind of shot himself in the foot with that. That might get you clout with your friends or something like that. But like that's because any good business person now know you a target, my boy. So it ain't no that this is you're now a risky investment for me. Like it might be cool how you did it. I see the creative angles and him getting all like it's funny, but it's like I ain't touching that. You know what I mean? So
But
he
also, I feel like
You
a
don't
lot
gotta
of
touch it.
don't tell you that's what they doing. Like they're silent snitches. And all of them, like the way they ask the questions, they get people to telling themselves, but their hands are clean. You know what I mean? Ain't no blood on their hands. But like he just put the blood all over his because he letting you know. Da 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 da. Talk to me.
All he got to do is keep coming out with YouTube pages and he put the information on YouTube.
Let's see if he
with
gives
one
it.
of the modulation voices.
The shit is already on there from another page. He just probably was like, yo, I'm gonna just get a bag from this. This shit's already coming in the streets. Y'all want this shit? That shit is just crazy. And I think we just need to. I think we need to stop. Just how we need to stop. We need to mute drill music from the radios and all this type of shit. We need to mute. We need to mute street people from. But I know that's against the First Amendment right. But we need to mute that
What? Mute street people from what?
interviews.
Reporting on street stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
All that type of
Reporting
shit.
on it, telling what happened, telling these side stories.
And they'll never pass that because that should help the police. That help the police do their job. So they ain't never gonna stop that.
They're never gonna stop doing that.
Which is crazy because that ain't doing nothing. But that's the demise of that's just the demise of the culture. Like that's the demise of like the mindset of what people of the next generation of what they're going to be trying to do now. Like the morals are gone. Like it's just clout content over everything. Clout, 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 clout. And then you got real journalists, you got real bloggers, you got real entertainment that's really out here trying to push information, entertainment into content. But all I'm hearing is street killing each other. Relationship, relationship, relationship. Sexy Red is why it's cheap. Like that is the black content platform right now. And Krishan Rock. That's all you get.
That's why we gotta get the people something else. We gotta get them a new lane, a new avenue to tap into, be a part of the conversation, think differently. Like don't fall into these traps that the mass media is putting out there for you.
We ain't even mass media. It's ourselves.
But it's still Sexy Red is mass media. That is she's like arguably the biggest female rapper right now. So that is pushed on main platforms. Like
Cause I had a conversation with one of my mentors about this, and he like, yo, I think they probing us. They using media to sell us. And I want to get y'all take on this because my pushback on that was I feel like they lost control to do that shit when the internet came out because the internet weaponized the average day person. Like the example I gave to them was Chief Keef. The only thing different between the Chief Keef and to me, a person that was way worse in the streets than Chief Keef and them that was moving was Lil Ass from Pocket Town. And anybody from over east in that area knew about them, like how they used to go to all the clubs, how they used to roll 300 deep, like literally like 300 deep, and be thrashing, robbing motherfuckers and shit, allegedly. But the only difference between them and all that 300 shit is it wasn't no cameras. It wasn't no cameras. They didn't have that. When D Gaines and them and AZ and them started bringing out them cameras and uploading that shit to YouTube, you put the power back. Look at even how labels and record labels even view artists now. We don't got an artist develop no more. Like everything you do now is, yo, you already got to follow them because you went out there, did some shit on the internet. People react to it. When the labels try to make an artist do a TikTok challenge or do some shit, it don't work. Like the media, the white man don't none of them. They can't control media. That's why they all at a standstill because everybody trying to figure out what's next. Like, how can we get ahead? What's next? Control because they don't have that access no more. They can't say, well, these are the artists we put on no more because DSPs and YouTube stopped that. So if you don't want to give me a deal or you want to mute my music on radio, I can just be hot on TikTok or I can be hot on YouTube and people find that interesting. I'm gonna go viral. You know what I'm saying?
I do think some of it, is I see your point, is what I'm trying to say. But I really don't think that that means mass media isn't still behind most of it. Because when they saw that and they saw how people gravitated towards it, that's why, you know, labels and other higher entities wanted to step in and give Keith a bigger platform. Like that's literally how drill would have never dominated the world like it did with in the same exact way that it did if it didn't end up getting a machine behind it and labels saw like, damn, we could make a killing off this rapping about killing each other. Like, could they have still dominated the internet? Could it have still taken off, been a big thing? Yes, but not in that same way because it ended up with machines behind it. And that now it's a worldwide sound from all these other places. And I feel the same way about just a lot of these trendy things. Like, so much of what we see on the internet, like let's take TikTok for example. A lot of that stuff is just raw entertainment, like people just doing stuff, making videos on their own. And there's also companies and machines and higher entities that we aren't even aware of that's starting challenges to fund their pockets. If we get this song as a challenge, or we get whatever doing this XYZ thing as a challenge, we make money. It's like the holiday card system. Hallmark made up half these damn holidays just so they can make millions of dollars for the rest of the time when people go buy a card for whatever. You know, it's the same thing. Like when a bigger machine sees how people are gravitating towards it, they snatch it up and they amplify it. And Sexyy Red is being amplified because that's what the fuck they want us to act like, and they see that shit work. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, this new thing she got lost me. Like, I'm all for big sexy pop your shit, live your life, shit's catchy, whatever. Like, but my thing is just like this one was she filming a video in the jail, free nigga, free money, and they all in orange jumpsuits. Like, baby, you just took it back to slave times. This is a real life minstrel show, and you don't even know it.
That part, yes. That doesn't that didn't feel authentic, right? Everything else she did in the beginning of her career to me felt authentic, and that's why I want to go back to it. You can feel the authenticity, right? So by being authentic, people get behind it and they amplify it to make money. And when you going back into the Chief Keef thing, and shout out to Lock and them No More Heroes. That video and that concept some bullshit. But get y'all money, man. Get y'all concept. Like y'all my boys, Remy y'all out. Fuck with y'all over there. Get y'all money. But that was some bullshit. I'm gonna let you know that. That was some bullshit. But even when we talk about Sosa, right? In the drill movement, and you just said the labels pushed it. No artist from the drill movement had a label push. Sosa fucked up his Interscope shit. He couldn't even really get a move. When Dirt got signed, when Def Jam dropped Reese, Duck never got a deal. When Dirt got signed to Def Jam, they didn't even push him. They tried to push him a whole nother way. They didn't push the drill shit with him. They tried to push him a whole other way to the point where he got out his contract and he turned up independently. All the shit we see now from Dirt and then him putting Von and all them on, that came from him not under a label push. That came from him taking control of his career.
But the label still got involved at some point was my point. And then my point is they get involved because they see the potential. Maybe it doesn't work out, but that was still a stepping stone into how it got amplified even more. I'm not saying the label did the bulk of the work. I just want to clarify that. I'm not saying that they needed the label to thrive. I'm just saying I'm using that as an example to say the same way that type of machine saw something and tried, even if it failed, whatever. That's all the internet is. It's just big machines getting behind things, but it feels natural and organic to us.
So, and that's why I would give you pushback though, because my pushback comes from and I'm not saying that they needed the label. What I'm saying is that when it's authentic and it's coming from the internet, the labels labels now are not doing the work. Mm-hmm. They're not doing the work. They're just eating off what's going on. So I will sign you and keep doing your thing. I'm gonna just get the bread. I'm gonna give you some money up front because you don't know how to get no money from it. So I'm gonna get my money from it. You know what I'm saying? So I think at that aspect, that's what the labels are doing. Now, if you want to talk to me about imagery and movies and shit, yes, I still think they have control over that because they still have control on
even the news.
On news, like they press play on that. But when it comes to the music industry, why is it so? The music industry is so scary right now because it, like I said, it went from radio being the thing, it went from selling albums, it went to streaming. It's like TikTok, all this shit come because the labels and the people, they don't have control over the music industry. Mm-hmm. The music industry is the wild, wild west. They don't know what's next. They don't know how to control it. They don't know how to monetize. They don't know nothing. They just know if the little money I got, if I throw a bag on you, I can get you and I can own the music and I can own rights to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they can't push nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that they tried to push, every time they try to come up with some AI shit or do this, or I'm gonna push the quote unquote industry plant, the people don't gravitate towards it.
I think you are right, but where I'm pushing back is that I think what I'm trying to say is like they figured out to just push that. Like to your point, like yes, they've tried this AI stuff, they try all these different things, but like Sexy is getting the push that she's getting because they're like the industry as a stand ain't even about a specific label. Like they're gonna push that image because they see it's working, so they're gonna keep funding it, and now they might even be the reason why it's like, okay, you gotta do this other song, you gotta do whatever. Like it's going to continue to be that because it's working, and that might be scary for some music executives because it's like nothing they've ever seen before. But eventually, you realize, let me stop trying to fight X, Y, and Z and just go with what's going. And when you go with what's going, in some way, shape, or form, you back it. And when you back it, it amplifies. Like Sexy, the reason you're not gonna convince me that and I'm not saying you're trying to, but like that Sexy Red doesn't have a larger force behind her is I could think of like I got very few like actual bougie family members, very few. But I can think of the bougiest mother I got who's 60 plus, probably don't even know a rap. She know who Sexy Red is and is vilely disgusted, but want to know like because Sexy might end up on somebody on some mainstream platform somewhere. I don't see her on like Good Morning America or nothing, but she gonna get a certain type of interview or whatever because she's the hottest woman rapper out. And it's like you don't get to be the hottest one, like a multi superstar, like a big, like known by everybody without some sort of platforms, because that's why we have so many independent artists that maybe talented wise are far better than Cardi B.
So
they don't get the backing or whatever because
we saying something different, right? So what are we saying? What is that? Like I agree with you because the backing she has is Larry Jackson and Gamma. Like you don't get no bigger than having somebody like a black man like Larry Jackson. If you don't know who Larry Jackson is, do your Googles and you can see how powerful exec he is. He just won exec of the year in Billboard's Power Players recently. So he's a big name to have. You know what I'm saying? He's a big person to have behind you and his new company Gamma. So yeah, that's why Sexy Red is everywhere. That's why she's being pushed like that. Mm-hmm. My thing is the intent. I'm only speaking on intent. And what I mean by that is that people want to say like, yo, they pushing this, they want us to think like this. But if you sit back and realize what's going on, the history is not for them that they pushing, they want you to think like this. It's all about money. They in a position to make money off this shit. But if you really sit back and look at it, if you go in the hood, it's women like Sexy Red. All through these little ghetto, small towns, through the fucking United States. So she got popular because I'm in a group chat with my little cousins and them. They remind me that they do the same and they act the same way. My cousins and them that's on Facebook, I love them. They do the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? We all know family members like Mellow Bucks. We know people. We know Herbs. That's why they're popular. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to look at where. So to that, you got to look at where they're popular. And I get exactly what you mean about, because even Sexy Red is bigger than Herb. Sexy Red is obviously bigger than Mellow, but she's definitely bigger than Herb. Like Sexy Red's a world superstar damn near at this point. Like Herb ain't been on tour with Drake. Sexy had, and they're gonna be like, there's levels to this shit. But I see your point, and I think that for the music industry, I agree. I see what you mean by like they're not even trying to push it. They're just trying to get paid off of it. But where I see the other person's point, how it's all connected, is all these different forms of mass media in some way or another work together. So even if I'm a music executive and it's not my agenda to push it, the fact that I'm pushing it, this is exactly how the government or whoever else that want black men killing black men, this is exactly how they want us to think. They want us to be under their control. So it might not be the music industry's intent, but that is still the agenda of mass media overall, and music feeds into that when it starts backing these kinds of artists and this kind of content.
I get it. I mean, but when we say that, like, yeah, I get it. I just at some point in time, I think we just got to start taking accountability and just start looking at what's going on. And if you look at what's going on, people are just really just making money. We just don't know how to. People know how to monetize our culture. They've been monetizing our culture since the beginning of the time. Yeah, since slavery. Yeah, they've been monetizing our culture. And I think we're just upset because we don't know how to monetize our culture. Control it.
And I think that's where we would end up going down a whole nother rabbit hole because
hey, what's up? What's the word?